What's up everybody, Monster Never Cry has a fishing game mode that you either hate it, you love it, or you just like whatever, I just use my rod, cast it into the water, and I see what happens. Most of the time, at least for me, my fish always escape. At the beginning, I definitely hated it, but as you progress in this game, honestly, you start looking for ways to spend more time on the game, and the Wonderland fishery is one of them. This video may not be for every player, but if you do enjoy this game mode, I'll cover the fishing gear stats I feel are most important and which fishing gear to focus first. Let's get it. Before diving into the wonderful Wonderland fishery, I played a game a while back that had almost the exact same fishing game mode setup. The game was called Oh My Dog, Heroes Assemble. I'm not sure if anyone is still here from way back then when I covered that game, but I'm bringing this up so we can see the differences and comparisons. I will be referring to this every now and then throughout the video. As of right now, the Monster Never Cry fishing, it's just okay. It's not great, it's not bad. I'm always hoping the devs of the game I'm playing continue to improve, so that's all we can really ask for. Make suggestions and hope with enough player community backup, they get introduced. Timestamps available as usual if you only want to listen to certain topics. Believe me, I get it. Not everyone wants to listen to a giraffe talk so much. Negatives is kind of harsh, so let's think of it more like positive reinforcement. Number one is going to be with the auto fishing. When you unlock this mode, you need to be VIP 3 or I forgot what account level. Leave a comment down below if you know, in order to use the auto fishing, which is this cogwheel under the daily orders. This is bad. This turned me off completely from even using this game mode because without auto fishing, you had to sit there watching each lure casted into the water, click fish, sell fish, submit order, cast again. It was the most excruciating process ever. Now, as for the autofish system, it needs some work. When you click commission, it's super basic. 3 options, bada bing, bada boom, it's done. If I bring up Oh My Dogs, you can see how it's more detailed. Fish quality would be the same as catch quality. How this works is when you check the box, anything under said quality will be auto sold. So here would mean green, blue, purple, this is sold. Here would mean rare and epic equals sold. My only issue with this is it needs to include mythic as well. So epic being purple, or it could be blue, I forgot, rare being either purple or blue, legendary I guess would be orange, and then mythic being red. There's many times my fishing stops because I fish up a legendary that I don't want but have to manually click sell because it's the highest option in the catch quality. This is an issue for both fish and debris. Oh My Dog also has types of fish. If checked, anything other than what you have selected, so say medium fish, will be auto sold. Monster Never Cry is not available, but it still would be a nice option. The next two are the same. As for auto order submission, this just inherently works for Monster Never Cry when you activate auto fish. It's funny because auto sell debris works the same way for Oh My Dog, but it's not limited to the quality. So for Monster Never Cry, there should be a checkbox for auto selling debris regardless of the quality. There's plenty of times my fishing stops because it reels in high quality debris, meaning legendary or mythic, that serves no purpose other than to submit to an order, which it already does, or to sell for fish coins. It's not like a fish where you need to put it in the fish tank if it's new, it just gets added to the collection. And then the last thing here, automatically put in the aquarium. I'm gonna cycle back to this in a bit, but this is where Oh My Dog makes this fishing game mode much more interesting and fun, while Monster Never Cry keeps it plain and boring. Number 2 is gonna be daily orders. That's just it, they're daily orders. There is no way for you to save an order if you aren't able to complete it before the server reset. I wouldn't even mind if they had this and it had a gem cost. Like say if we go into the shop, there was an item you could buy with gems to lock an order just like you have to refresh an order. I have come close multiple times to doing the higher starred orders only to run out of fishing attempts, then it's gone, it's wasted. As of right now, any quest you can't finish, regardless if you are 9 out of 10, 5 out of 6, etc., it's reset. You lose that order unless if you look at the information button, the 5th rule says when daily fishing attempts reach 200, all orders will be auto-completed. When the orders are reset, the attempts will also be reset. This is very weird to me. As a free-to-play, this will never happen because you're only given 120 fishing meat a day. Looking at the 2nd rule, you will only be gaining 60 at specific times in the day to total 120 for 2 times. You can't buy more with gems, and I don't think you can stockpile them over the capped amount of 180, as I currently have 180 waiting on the next 60. Future Giraffe here, I did have the capped 180 fish meat. I was waiting for that 60 at the second time of the day, and when that time arrived, I didn't get another 60. So yeah, this does not work. You cannot stack this up as a free to play. So the only way to achieve this currently is going to packs and buying an offer. You can see for me, it's around $5 just to be able to get that auto completion of daily orders after fishing attempts of 200. This really rubs me the wrong way because what you're telling me is you only value the money over, say, the time spent fishing by players. As for Oh My Dog, I never had an issue completing 4 to 5 star orders in a day because for whatever reason, the fish in Monster Never Cry are damn near Houdinis. They are magicians, constantly escaping regardless of how much I keep increasing my focus stat, which I'll get into later. If the fish didn't escape nearly as much as I've experienced, I think daily orders would be fine. Number 3 is the refinement process. My 2 issues here is there is no way to lock in a specific stat. Say you RNG rolled 2 or 3 stats. So for example, on my fishing rod, I have Vitality and Naturalist. I wouldn't mind an option to lock in Vitality for gems and then just keep refining. The other issue is it doesn't give you the range of the percent values. Like, is this mythic stat, meaning red text, vitality 5%? Is that it? Can it get higher? Because if you look at my fishing line, the mythic stat bounty fisher is 10%. I just wish there was an info button that gave you a range for each stat. This would be a very nice quality of life fix. Number 4 is the aquarium size. This is probably my biggest issue right now with the Wonderland fishery in Monster Never Cry. If you click on it, it takes ages, and I mean ages, to add more slots. Right now I have 2 for small fish, 2 for medium fish, 1 for large fish, and 1 for aquatic creature. To increase this, you need to go level up, and you can see it's going to take me 50,000 pearls, made what you get from selling debris and fish, as it's 10k each section, to only increase the slots of one of those fish categories. You can see my small fish will increase by 1. This is really bad because I'm constantly selling fish I want to keep because different fish give different stats. Say like for small fish, instead of damage boost against beastly, maybe it's damage boost against natural, but I'm selling them even though I want them because I have little to no slots available. This is why I enjoyed the fishing system in Oh My Dog, because if we head there, click aquarium, then look more details, look how this is set up. You get 200 fish tank spots. I like collecting the fish. Honestly, a lot of them look funny, some are rare, some are huge in the aquarium, but you can choose to sell whichever ones you want or keep specific ones that had record lengths, which will give you higher base stats. Either system is fine, don't get me wrong. I don't expect them to rework the entire Wonderland fishery, but all I'm asking is instead just simply reduce the pearl cost to level up your aquarium. Right now they are just set up way too high. Moving into the positives, we have number 1, collection bonuses. What I really feel Monster Never Cry does well here is if you go to gallery, you have different collection bonuses. The first is for all your debris you have fished up, then the following ones are based off the fishing zone. Currently there is 4. So when you go into one of the categories, you can see all the items in certain groups give certain stat bonuses. Since I fished up a broom and a magic conch, I now get crit damage 1% and crit reduction 1%. You can scroll down to see the various groupings. Same goes with the fishing zones. Clicking on Emerald Lake, you can see as you scroll, there's like hit rate percentage, crit rate percentage, damage boost against a specific faction. This is really neat because these are a team bonus. Clicking gallery bonus, you can see the total stats you have acquired from all these categories so far. Number 2 is going to be unidentified fish and debris. So when you're trying to complete a fishing zone, as an example, you can see for Emerald Lake, I'm at 20 out of 23. I want to know what fish I'm missing, so scrolling down, here we can see the hard biting group. I'm missing 1. What I like about this game is if you click the missing fish, it tells you exactly what type it is. It says it's a large fish. This is so much better than how Oh My Dog did it because you had to just figure it out yourself. Knowing this information will allow you to buy the specific bait that attracts that said fish type. So for large fish, you would buy live shrimp bait. Clicking on it, you can see the percent boost it gives, which is 20%. This will allow you to prioritize what refinement bonuses on your fishing gear you're looking for. And that's it. Even though I don't have a lot of positives, I'm not saying the Wonderland fishery is bad. Like I said, it's okay. It just needs more improvements, maybe some of the ones I mentioned, and then it would be great. Now to get into the actual fishing gear stats and gear. In terms of fishing gear level priority, for me personally, you can either do what my OCD tells me to do, which is level each up equally. So get all 4 to rank 2, then start working into rank 3. But what I have found based off Oh My Dog fishing experience is that focus and strength are the go-to stats to help improve your chances of catching all the fish. Meaning leveling up your fishing line, which gives the focus, and your float, which gives the strength. So for me, fishing gear priority would be fishing line, fishing rod, and then float. To understand my reasoning, let's get into what the fishing gear stats do. Clicking on the view details, it gives you your current stat overview, but clicking on the stat intro tells you what all the stats do. So there's going to be 4 main stats: shrewdness, efficiency, focus, and strength. These can only be improved by leveling the corresponding fishing gear. Remember the ones I chose as priority. Well, first was fishing line, which is focus. It reduces the probability of fish escaping, and as I mentioned in the beginning, this happens a lot. Oh my god, so much. So to me, this trumps everything. Your fish escapes, you waste your fish meat, you waste your bait, you waste your time, you hate your life. Next, I chose fishing rod, which is shrewdness. This increases the number of pearls gained from selling debris and fish, so this is huge because not only is pearls gained a requirement to progress into the next fishing zone, but also a requirement to purchase aquarium parts to gain a level for your aquarium. Remember how I said the requirements for just one level are way too high? Well, hopefully until they revamp the numbers, you're going to need all the help you can get, and shrewdness is the way. And finally, I chose float, which is strength. This reduces the probability of large fish breaking free. In Oh My Dog, this was an important stat because their description was any fish breaking free, meaning small, medium, large, and aquatic. So some players did some data mining through the game and found the minimum focus and strength needed in each fishing zone in order to catch the rare fish. So in Monster Never Cry, that would be like the mythic, aka redfish. I'm not sure if it's a text issue, but if this only applies to large fish and only large fish can break the fishing line, this is still a valuable stat to have. As for fishing hook, which is efficiency, this grants a bait stat bonus. Unless this is something you absolutely love to do, I can't see many players just hardcore buying bait all the time in the shop, so leveling up your fish hook isn't a priority, at least for me. Now the refinement process adds additional stats you can obtain randomly. You have insight, reduces the probability of catching debris while fishing. I personally wouldn't recommend this because you can still sell debris for pearls, and some of the debris warrants you a high amount. Then you have luck, increase the probability of fishing without consuming bait. Once again, I personally wouldn't recommend this unless you're a hardcore fisherman buying bait frequently. Small, medium, and large fish hunter increases the probability of said fish. This is really handy because going back to the gallery, maybe you're missing a certain fish for your collection, so opening up Emerald Lake, for me I need the fantastic creature group, I'm missing the mythic medium fish. Also in Raging Volcano, I'm missing Golden Azure Hunter. One of the missing fish is also a mythic medium. So in my opinion, look at each of your fishing zones and see what type of fish you need collectively more of, either small, medium, and large, and try to focus that stat to increase your chances. Next is Naturalist, increases the probability of catching aquatic creatures. Same idea as the small, medium fish hunter stat. If you're missing some aquatic creatures, try to maximize this stat. Scavenger, increase the probability of catching debris. This is a solid option because there is a debris collection, so you'll eventually want them all to get those group stats. Plus debris, like I said, can sell for a decent amount of pearls. Small, medium, and large fish predator reduces the probability of catching said fish. Now this might sound silly, but I actually did go for these stats in Oh My Dog when trying to complete my gallery. Like say I only need small fish, then going for medium large predator stat would increase your chances of catching small fish. These last 4 stats are going to be unique. I'll call them mythic, which is red text stats. Just remember these effects do not stack like it says, so if you get vitality on one piece of fish gear, then roll it on another, the percent value doesn't get added. If there is a value range, I'm sure it will just take the highest value. Honestly, if possible, because they don't stack, you're going to want one of each of these. Collector increases the number of pearls gained from selling debris. Aquaman increases the aquarium stat bonus. Bounty Fisher increases the probability of catching ordered fish. And Vitality, have a chance to fish without consuming large meat. Any one of these stats are game changers. In the refinement process, you never want to use your fish coins to do the refinement. It's just way too costly for the rate you actually obtain these. So instead, when you get some gems, click this and you can refine for 100 gems each time. Of course, this is RNG, so take it or leave it. You might waste 2,000 gems for nothing you wanted, or use 200 gems and get what you wanted. Overall, I think there is potential for Wonderland Fishery to be more interesting if improvements from the community feedback are made, maybe more interactive, like throughout the day you can go to your aquarium and fish food can be dropped, and depending on what fish get it first.
Fishy. They don't like that.
Maybe that type of fish gets an improved chance of being caught, etc. Currently in the Monster Never Cry Discord, members Ambien 2020 and Sir Reginald, I hope I'm saying your names right, have been working together to gather information to create a fishing dock. Clicking on it, you can see it has a very nice organized layout, has the basics, fishing zones, and even the escape percentage of fish based off their findings. If you see any fish they are missing and you've caught them, be sure to send them a message in the thread so they can add it to the fishing zone gallery. In Oh My Dog, they had some hardcore fishermen over there. You can see they had the various fishing levels and breakthrough, the fishing gear breakthrough levels and challenges needed in order to get to the next rank, all the fish stats and what island they're from, and then of course each island breakdown with what fish are there and what bait is needed, along with those important stats they data mined as minimum requirements to catch said fish, which was intensity being strength and then focus. So if this game mode gets updated, expanded onto, with the community's help, the fishing document by Ambien 2020 and Sir Reginald can possibly get to this level, because I know there's a lot of players in this game who like the fishing mode. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.